Beneath the surface silence, secrets surface, a life fractured, redemption sought. Truth awaits, a cost unknown, time fleeting. The relentless rain hammered against the Brooklyn diner's glass, a percussive echo of Alara's internal disquiet. She traced the cold porcelain curve of her coffee cup, the reflected image a spectral stranger, eyes hollowed by shadows, a smile that strained at the edges. A creased photograph lay before her, a phantom from a deliberately obscured past, its presence a threat to the meticulously constructed sanctuary of her present, a present built on fragile foundations. The diner's bell chimed, a discordant note, and Alara's body tensed involuntarily. A figure, tall and cloaked in darkness, paused at the threshold, his gaze sweeping across the room's occupants. Her pulse surged, a frantic rhythm against her ribs. The question a silent scream, is it him? The years of careful concealment, of painstaking reinvention, seemed to crumble around her. The specter of exposure loomed, a suffocating presence in the dimly lit space. He halted before her table, the ambient light insufficient to penetrate the shadows that veiled his features. Alara's breath caught, her senses hyper-alert, anticipating a sign, a weapon, any confirmation of the dread that coiled within her. Instead, his hand emerged, extending a worn leather-bound volume, her diary, a relic she believed consigned to oblivion, its pages containing the encrypted narrative of her pain, her flight, her carefully guarded secrets. "I thought I'd lost this," Alara murmured, the words a fragile whisper lost amidst the clatter and the rain. The man remained an enigma, his silence profound, yet his eyes, now discernible in the muted light, conveyed a depth of empathy, a shared understanding of unspoken burdens. He inclined his head towards the diary, a silent entreaty to confront the specter she had so diligently suppressed, the ghosts that haunted the corridors of her memory. She hesitantly opened the diary, the aged paper whispering forgotten truths. The initial entry, penned in a tremulous hand, chronicled a life brimming with nascent potential, dreams subsequently shattered by unforeseen cruelty. The script unfolded, a tapestry of betrayal, of profound loss, of a life spiraling into a vortex of despair. The man observed her, his countenance an inscrutable mask, as she navigated the labyrinth of her own fractured history. A wave of visceral sickness washed over Alara as she encountered the final entry, the stark record of her deliberate vanishing. Tears rendered the words indistinct, memories resurfacing with a tidal force. Her youth, her naivete, the ease with which she had been manipulated, all laid bare. The man seated opposite her, a silent observer, a witness to her unraveling. Yet he had returned the diary, an act of profound significance, a tacit offer of absolution. Why, Alara vocalized, the question a raw expression of bewilderment and pain. Why return this? The man offered a melancholic smile. Everyone warrants a second chance, Alara, a chance to grapple with their inner demons, to attain a semblance of peace. He paused, his voice resonating with a quiet intensity. I harbor my own phantoms, and I pursue my own tranquility. The path is arduous, but not insurmountable. We all bear burdens. His pronouncements resonated deep within her fractured psyche, a beacon in the encroaching darkness. She perceived, not an adversary, but a fellow pilgrim on a parallel journey. Age had etched lines upon his face, a testament to endured hardships, yet his eyes retained a flicker of hope, a resilient spirit that subtly mirrored her own. He comprehended the weight of her unspoken anguish, the burden of concealed truths, the shared human condition. I doubt my capacity, Alara admitted, her voice a fragile tremor. I question my ability to confront it all. He gently placed his hand over hers, a gesture of profound reassurance. You are not required to undertake this alone, he murmured. I shall remain. We shall confront it in unison. I have traversed this terrain. I am acquainted with the egress. I can guide you should you desire. It presents challenges, but it is attainable. Alara scrutinized his eyes, seeking any vestige of duplicity, any indication of concealed intent. She discovered only unwavering sincerity, a genuine aspiration to provide solace and support. Years expended in flight, in concealment, in the suffocating grip of fear. Perhaps the moment had arrived to cease the endless retreat, to confront the phantoms that had relentlessly pursued her. Perhaps, With this unforeseen companion, she could finally attain the serenity. A nascent smile, tentative yet authentic, graced Alara's lips, the first genuine expression of hope in countless years. "Thank you," she whispered, the words imbued with a burgeoning sense of optimism. He acknowledged her gratitude with a reciprocal smile. He comprehended the arduous nature of the path ahead, yet he recognized Alara's inherent fortitude, a strength she herself underestimated. He would remain steadfast, a silent sentinel. They remained in contemplative silence, the external tempest gradually abating, Alara's internal maelstrom slowly subsiding. The diner was now sparsely populated. The only audible sounds the gentle hum of the refrigeration unit and the occasional clinking of ceramic. Alara experienced an unfamiliar tranquility, a lightness of being that had long eluded her. The past remained, a lingering shadow, but its dominion over her had perceptibly diminished. Alara closed the diary, the worn leather a comforting warmth against her palm. She met the man's gaze, her eyes posing an unspoken question. "What transpires now?" she inquired, her voice imbued with a newfound assurance. He smiled, a subtle inclination of his head towards the exit. "Now," he declared, "we commence living. We confront the world unified. We are no longer solitary. That constitutes the fundamental difference. We possess a future." They emerged from the diner, the city's illuminated skyline, resembling a constellation of terrestrial stars. The air was crisp and invigorating, cleansed by the preceding downpour. Alara inhaled deeply, the fragrance of nascent possibilities filling her lungs. The past remained an integral component of her being, but it no longer dictated her identity. She possessed a future, an opportunity to recast her narrative, to forge a life imbued with hope and genuine contentment. As they ambled side by side along the vibrant Brooklyn thoroughfare, Alara comprehended her liberation. The echoes of the unspoken persisted, yet they were receding, supplanted by the radiant promise of a new beginning. She had confronted her inner demons and emerged triumphant. The odyssey had been protracted and agonizing, yet it had culminated in this precise juncture, in this newfound sense of peace and belonging. She was home, a state of being, not a location.